Jenny Grainger. This is one of my How to Create a Life You Love videos. It's the end of January and yeah, it's a beautiful day here. It's been a really gorgeous sunny day. I was going to say summer's day, not quite. Sunny but cold day here in Northern Ireland. And I'm out in our lovely garden just doing a little bit of winter tidying up and listening to the birds and chilling out, and yeah, it's just lovely. This is my kind of therapy. It's not for everybody, gardening's not for everybody, but I do love it. I love being in contact with nature. I love being out in the fresh air. It really helps me. It helps to kind of ground me. I can get very busy in my head sometimes. And so I was just reminded of how lucky, in inverted commas, I actually am. Today it's a Monday afternoon. It's about 3 o'clock, and I have complete freedom to do this, to just come out into the garden and to do things that I love doing. And you know, a lot of people tell me, oh, you're so lucky to live the way you do. And I really have to remind them that it's not luck. None of this is luck. This has all been sort of designed, I suppose. I've made a series of conscious decisions over the last 12 years of my life to create a life I love. And those decisions at different times were very, very difficult. So, for example, walking away from a very big salary as a TV producer and going self-employed as a life coach was a huge risk. When I did it 12 years ago, my daughter was only, she's 22 now, so she was 10, just coming 10. And I was solely responsible for her, and so it was a big risk. It was a big financial risk, but one that I knew in my heart that I wanted to take. And other decisions that I've made since then, which have all sort of contributed to where I am today. For instance, giving up all my one-to-one life coaching clients last September, and changing the way I work. All of this has contributed to this life that I'm living now. And the reason I wanted to say this to you is that, just to remind you, it's not luck. If you're looking at someone else who has a life that you would love to live, remind yourself it's not luck that they're living that way. It's not just lucky. It's not just fortunate and fate that they're living that way. Most of the people that I know that are living really blessed lives are doing so because of the decisions that they've made. Now, as I say, it's not always easy to make those decisions. Quite often in the past I have felt completely trapped, like, you know, being a single parent, having a big mortgage and a daughter to care for, and of course I had to keep working. Of course I had to stay in the job and keep plodding away even though it was killing me. But I didn't really. And so my video today is really to remind you that you have choice. I'm not saying for 1 second that those choices are easy. I'm not saying for 1 second that you won't be challenged, but if there is something in your heart this December that is really calling you forward, really asking you to make some big changes in your life, whether it be leaving a relationship, leaving a job, retraining to do something like become a life coach, or anything, whatever it is, listen to it. Listen to it. For me, there's a very big difference between having a fleeting idea of, oh, you know, I'd love to do that. Wouldn't that be great? And there's a big difference between that and something which won't leave me. So hard to explain, but I'm sure you've all experienced this as well. So there are certain things that just keep coming up over and over again. They keep coming into my heart, they keep coming into my head over and over again. Those little nudges, like for 15 years of my life it was stop smoking. You know, I was a very heavy smoker, and it just, that wouldn't leave me. Stop smoking. Now it took me 15 years to get there and to quit in the end, which I did 10 or more the years ago, I would say, but it wasn't easy. And it really challenged me, and it really challenged me on very many different levels. But that's where the growth is. That's where the excitement and the juiciness of being alive is. If you want to settle for a life half lived, fine, no problem at all. Just ignore those. Try and ignore those internal nudges, those heart's desires. Try and ignore them. They'll still be there, but you can just kind of keep going, no, 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 push them away. But if you want to live a life half lived, I don't want to live a life half lived. I do not want to be lying on my deathbed, looking back on my life with any regrets. And I don't mean regrets in terms of how I've treated people, in terms of things that I've said, done, forgiven, not forgiven. I want to be lying there looking back on my life going, do you know what? I wanted to do that and I did it. Do you know, sometimes things don't work out. Sometimes your heart's desires lead you in a different direction. Sometimes they're not a huge success, but at least you've given it a go. At least you've tried it out. Very noisy tractor driving past. At least you've given it a go, so there is no regret within that at all. Yes, there have been things that I've done that haven't quite worked. If you want to look at it in those terms, they maybe haven't made money, they've maybe taken up a lot of time and energy and haven't worked the way I thought they had to work. But they have always worked from the point of view of pushing me out of my comfort zone, challenging me to do something different, and helping me to learn and to grow. So, thinking about 2017, thinking about the year ahead, or whenever you're watching this, just ask yourself that question. If I really, really wanted to live fully, what would be the next step for me? What's the next simple step that I can take towards listening to my heart's desires? You don't have to take the big jump all in one go, but you could, I don't know, research how to become qualified to do something that you'd like to do. That could just be your next step. Keep it simple. Sometimes when we set ourselves huge big goals or huge big desires, they can be really too challenging for us, and we just don't do anything. We procrastinate, we get apathetic, we get stuck. So make it easy for yourself. Just take one really simple step. It might be something as simple as, email jenny@freshstartcoaching.co.uk and find out how to become a life coach today. Could be something as simple as that. I don't know. Whatever it is for you. But bit by bit by bit, if you keep listening to those heart's desires and keep showing up and taking action and little baby steps, then gradually you'll be able to come out and work in your garden at 3:30 on a Monday afternoon, if that's what you want to do. I hope that helps. I hope that inspires. Please subscribe here to this YouTube channel. That's how I'm going to keep you updated with all the videos in the future. And if you want to drop me a line, you can do so at any time. Jenny@freshstartcoaching.co.uk. But I wish you well on your journey, and I'll post another video very soon.